Welcome to the Auto Center. Today we're counting down the top 5 upcoming cars in the USA that are set to dominate the roads in 2026. From next-gen electric beasts to mind-blowing muscle revivals, these cars are redefining performance, style, and technology. So buckle up, hit that like button, and let's dive straight into the future of American driving. Starting with the 2026 Shelby GT500. The legend has returned, more powerful, sharper, and louder than ever. This is the 2026 Shelby GT500, the ultimate expression of raw American performance. From the moment you see it, the GT500 screams dominance. The wide, aggressive stance, the sculpted hood with its massive heat extractor and that iconic Cobra badge. It all looks like a car that was born for speed. The new design is more aerodynamic than ever, featuring active air flaps and a re-engineered rear spoiler that adjusts automatically for maximum downforce. Even standing still, it looks like it's breaking the sound barrier. Under the hood lies the heart of a monster. Ford has taken performance to the next level with a 5.2-liter supercharged V8, now tuned to deliver an incredible 830 horsepower and 950 Nm of torque. That's right, it's even more powerful than before. With a new lightweight aluminum block, revised cooling, and a dual-injection fuel system, the 2026 GT500 rockets from 0 to 100 km/h in just 2.9 seconds and pushes to a top speed of 340 km/h. When this thing roars, it doesn't just make noise, and it makes a statement. And for 2026, it's not just about brute strength. The GT500's engineering team has worked magic with a brand new active track suspension system and a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission that shifts in milliseconds. Every corner, every throttle input feels precise and alive. Whether you're on a winding mountain road or tearing down a straight track, the car responds like it's reading your mind. Step inside, and the cabin perfectly blends muscle car spirit with modern luxury. The cockpit features carbon fiber trim, Alcantara steering, and Recaro bucket seats that hug you like a racing harness. The digital cluster gives you real-time performance data, from G-forces to boost pressure. And the central infotainment system is powered by Ford's latest Sync 5, offering wireless CarPlay, voice control, and even a built-in track telemetry mode. But the soul of the Shelby is the sound. The supercharger whine, the deep exhaust growl, and the crackles on overrun. It's pure music for car lovers. Ford has engineered the exhaust system to deliver 3 custom sound modes: quiet, sport, and track. Though let's be honest, no one buys a GT500 to stay quiet. On the road, the 2026 GT500 feels lighter, sharper, and more confident than ever. The carbon fiber drive shaft, forged alloy wheels, and massive Brembo brakes make sure every ounce of power is used efficiently. It's not just a straight-line monster anymore. It's a genuine performance car capable of taking on supercars from Europe. Visually, the car pays homage to its roots with bold color options: grabber blue, race red, shadow black, and the iconic Oxford white with twin stripes. The Cobra logo stands proud, reminding everyone that this isn't just a Mustang, it's a Shelby. Now the next upcoming car is the 2026 Chevy Nova SS 454. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the 2026 Chevy Nova SS 454, the modern muscle car that proves raw power and pure nostalgia can still live in one body. The 2026 Nova SS isn't just a remake, it's a resurrection. Chevy has brought back the iconic Nova name with a mission: to blend classic American muscle with modern engineering and electrifying performance. And yes, it stays true to its roots: bold, fast, and unapologetically loud. At first glance, the design screams heritage. The body is low, wide, and aggressive, with a long hood, short rear deck, and that unmistakable Nova stance. The front fascia brings back the split grille look with retro-styled LED headlights that pay homage to the 1970s SS models. Every curve is sculpted for aerodynamics, while the muscular fenders and carbon fiber hood vents remind you this car means business. Out back, quad taillights and dual exhaust tips sit under a bold SS badge, a timeless symbol of American performance. Now let's talk about what really matters: the engine. Under the hood roars a 7.4-liter LS7 454 V8, tuned and refined for 2026. It's naturally aspirated, old school, and glorious, delivering a monstrous 650 horsepower and 750 Nm of torque. Power is sent to the rear wheels through a 6-speed manual or optional 10-speed automatic gearbox. 0 to 100 km/h, just 3.5 seconds. Top speed? North of 3 to 10 km/h. It's the kind of performance that makes you grin before you even hit the gas. Chevy didn't stop there. The new Nova sits on a lightweight aluminum chassis with magnetic ride control and launch mode. It's not just a straight-line monster anymore. It's built to carve corners with precision. Massive Brembo brakes provide stopping power worthy of its name, and a new dual-mode exhaust system lets you switch between deep muscle growl and full race roar at the push of a button. Inside, the Nova SS strikes the perfect balance between old-school cool and modern luxury. The cabin features a minimalist driver-focused layout, leather bucket seats, aluminum pedals, and a digital cluster styled like classic analog gauges. The infotainment system is sleek but simple, letting the driver stay focused on what matters most: the road ahead and that mighty 454 soundtrack. Chevy even brought back the cowl induction air intake on the hood, a small but nostalgic detail that muscle fans will instantly recognize. It's these touches that make the 2026 Nova feel authentic, not just another modern car wearing a vintage badge. The driving experience? Pure adrenaline. Every gear shift is mechanical and satisfying. The V8 roars through every rev, pushing you into the seat as the rear tires fight for grip. It's not about lap times, and it's about the feeling, the sound, the connection between car and driver that modern machines often forget. The 2026 Chevy Nova SS 454 will be limited to just 4,540 units, each individually numbered and hand-assembled in Michigan. Pricing starts around $120,000 USD, making it one of the most collectible modern muscle cars on the market. The Nova is more than just a car. It's a tribute to the golden age of American horsepower, reborn for a generation that still craves the smell of gasoline and the thrill of raw speed. So, what do you think? Has Chevy nailed the perfect balance of old-school soul and modern muscle? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Auto Center for more epic rides like this one. The next upcoming muscle car is the 2026 Chevrolet Chevelle. The 2026 Chevrolet Chevelle, a name that once defined raw power and street legend status, is back. Reimagined for the modern era, the new Chevelle isn't just a car. It's a time machine built for today's performance-obsessed world. The original Chevelle SS from the late 60s and early 70s was a symbol of dominance. Big engines, big attitude, and pure American steel. Now Chevrolet has revived that same spirit with modern muscle precision. The 2026 Chevelle blends heritage and innovation, keeping its classic silhouette alive while introducing aggressive, futuristic lines that make it an absolute head-turner. At first glance, the design is unmistakably Chevelle. The long hood, short deck, and muscular rear haunches scream retro muscle. But look closer. Everything has been modernized. LED quad headlights give a sharp, menacing stare, while the sculpted front fascia integrates active air vents for cooling and aerodynamics. The wide grille proudly wears the classic SS badge reborn in red chrome. And around back, the dual exhausts and sleek LED taillights wrap up a design that perfectly merges old-school toughness with modern aggression. Under the hood, the 2026 Chevelle delivers true power. The base model packs a 6.2-liter LT2 V8, pushing out 500 horsepower. But the real monster is the Chevelle SS 454 edition, a tribute to the legendary big block. Featuring a 7.4-liter twin-turbo V8 cranking an insane 810 horsepower and 1,000 Nm of torque. Power is sent to the rear wheels through a 6-speed manual or an optional 8-speed automatic with launch control. 100 km/h happens in just 3.2 seconds, and the sound? Pure muscle symphony, a deep, raw, and electrifying. The driving experience is where the magic happens. Thanks to adaptive magnetic ride suspension and a new lightweight aluminum frame, the Chevelle balances brute power with modern precision. It corners sharper, brakes harder, and accelerates faster than ever before. It feels alive, like a true driver's car that rewards every push of the pedal. Inside, the cabin is a blend of vintage cool and digital innovation. Leather and brushed metal dominate the interior, with bucket seats featuring retro stitching and the classic Chevelle logo embossed into the headrests. The dash features a 12-inch digital display that mimics old analog gauges, and a heads-up display projects key info directly onto the windshield. It's modern, but it still carries that 1970s soul. Technology hasn't been forgotten either. You get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a performance telemetry system that tracks lap times, G-forces, and power output. The exhaust sound can even be adjusted, from quiet neighborhood mode to full track beast. Chevrolet is also offering heritage paint options inspired by the classics: Cranberry Red, Cortez Silver, and Jet Black, each paired with optional racing stripes that instantly bring back that nostalgic muscle car vibe. The next model in this video is the 2026 Ford Maverick V8 302. We're talking about a name that once ruled the American streets. A car built for the working man but loved by speed junkies. Yes, the 2026 Ford Maverick V8 302 is here, and it's rewriting the rules for compact muscle trucks with raw power, modern tech, and that unmistakable Ford attitude. Back in the 70s, the original Maverick was simple, affordable, and tough, a true street legend. Fast forward to 2026 and Ford has revived that spirit in a whole new way. The Maverick V8 302 blends the practicality of a pickup with the soul of a classic muscle car, packing more power, more style, and a lot more attitude. Let's start with the design. The new Maverick looks bold and aggressive from every angle. Up front, the signature C-clamp LED headlights wrap around a blacked-out grille with the 302 badge proudly displayed. The hood has functional air scoops that feed the beast underneath, while the squared fenders and wide stance give it that muscular, planted look. Around back, quad exhaust tips and a tailgate embossed with Maverick V8. Make sure no one mistakes it for an ordinary truck. It's compact, but it looks mean. Now under the hood, where the magic happens. The 2026 Maverick gets Ford's legendary 5.0-liter Coyote V8 engine, tuned for this special 302 edition. It cranks out a brutal 475 horsepower and 550 Nm of torque, sent to the rear wheels through a 10-speed automatic or an optional 6-speed manual transmission. And yes, it sounds like heaven. That deep old-school rumble that makes your chest vibrate. The 0 and 100 km/h sprint, just 4.3 seconds. This little truck moves like a Mustang GT on steroids. But it's not all about straight-line speed. The Maverick 302 features a performance-tuned suspension, lowered by an inch with adaptive dampers and beefy anti-roll bars. Optional all-wheel drive keeps it stable, while the rear differential helps put all that torque down cleanly. Whether you're carving corners or launching off the line, the handling feels sharp, balanced, and surprisingly refined for a pickup. Step inside, and the cabin hits that sweet spot between rugged and sporty. You get bucket seats with 302 stitched into the leather aluminum pedals and a flat-bottom steering wheel inspired by the Mustang. The 13-inch Sync 5 infotainment screen dominates the dash with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and real-time performance data built in. It's tech-savvy but still feels raw and driver-focused, exactly what a Maverick should be. And Ford didn't forget practicality. You still get the versatile bed with built-in tie-downs, 110-volt outlets, and a modular storage system. This means you can haul, race, and daily drive, all in one machine. It's the perfect blend of muscle car fun and pickup usability. On the road, the Maverick V8 302 feels alive. Tap the throttle and the exhaust barks with authority. In sport mode, the transmission snaps through gears, the suspension tightens, and every drive becomes a thrill. The last upcoming beast in this video is 2026 Chevy Nova Sleeper. The 2026 Chevy Nova Sleeper, a machine built to destroy egos at the drag strip while looking like your neighbor's Sunday cruiser. At first glance, the new Nova doesn't scream for attention. Chevy designed it with a purpose: simplicity, stealth, and pure power. The exterior takes heavy inspiration from the 1970s Nova, keeping the squared-off front end, chrome bumpers, and that clean, unassuming profile. No flashy spoilers, no wild body kits, just smooth metal, a low stance, and a quiet confidence that says, "Don't mess with me." But beneath that classic look lies a heart that's anything but quiet. The 2026 Nova Sleeper hides a 6.6-liter twin-turbocharged V8, producing a jaw-dropping 860 horsepower and 100 Nm of torque. The engine, nicknamed the Ghost, is hand-built using forged internals, titanium valves, and dual fuel maps for street and track modes. With launch control active, it rockets from 0 to 100 km/h in just 2.9 seconds, leaving supercars stunned in silence in its wake. Chevy engineers wanted the Nova Sleeper to be a return to raw, mechanical muscle, but with a modern twist. The car rides on a new lightweight aluminum chassis paired with an independent rear suspension system. Power is delivered through an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission that snaps through gears with brutal precision. Whether you're launching down a drag strip or cruising city streets, the Nova feels balanced, powerful, and endlessly capable. Visually, the sleeper personality shines through every detail. The body is painted in subtle colors: deep shadow gray, frost white, and stealth silver. And even the exhaust tips are hidden beneath the bumper. Only the trained eye might notice the wider rear tires or the faint bulge in the hood that hints at something sinister underneath. It's the kind of car that makes no noise until it's too late. Step inside, and the theme continues. The interior blends retro simplicity with cutting-edge tech. You get vintage-inspired gauges with glowing red needles, a small digital display embedded in the dash, and black leather seats with contrast stitching. There's no clutter, no unnecessary flash, just focus. The steering wheel is wrapped in Alcantara, the shifter is old-school mechanical, and when you hit the ignition, the V8 fires up with a deep, menacing growl that sends chills down your spine. Performance-wise, the 2026 Nova Sleeper is built for domination. The adaptive suspension automatically adjusts for traction and ride comfort, while Brembo carbon ceramic brakes provide instant stopping power. In stealth mode, it runs quiet, blending into traffic like any classic cruiser. But tap the performance switch and it awakens. The exhaust opens, the turbos whistle, and the full fury of that V8 comes alive. It's the perfect combination of nostalgia and innovation. Even more impressive is Chevy's decision to keep the Nova light. Weighing under 1,500 kilograms, it delivers a power-to-weight ratio close to that of a Ferrari SF90. Yet, it still offers modern comforts and a premium sound system, wireless CarPlay, and advanced traction control. The 2026 Nova proves you don't need luxury badges or wild designs to make an impact, just pure American muscle wrapped in restraint. Only 1,000 units will be built worldwide, each numbered and customizable through Chevy's Sleeper program. Prices start around $120,000 USD, but with that comes exclusivity, performance, and a story that connects old-school car culture with modern engineering excellence. The 2026 Chevy Nova Sleeper isn't about showing off. It's about surprising everyone who dares to underestimate it. It's the kind of car that pulls up quiet, wins loud, and disappears into the night, leaving only tire smoke and disbelief behind. And that wraps up today's feature. If you loved this look at Chevy's secret weapon, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. Would you take the Nova Sleeper over a Dodge Demon or Mustang Dark Horse? Thanks for watching the Auto Center, where legends never die, they just get faster. See you in the next one.